Rabotai, good morning. פעמיים כי טוב, כן? Today we're going to see in the Mishnah Berurah, he's going to bring down what happens if a person has a little bit more time to be able to say other Pesukei de Zimra. For example, up to now we said that if you walk in late to shul and we want you to be able to daven with the congregation, so we want you to be able to say Baruch Shemar, Tehillah LeDavid, the third Hallelujah, the fifth Hallelujah, and Yishtabach, in order for you to be able to catch the Tzibur. However, Rabotai, what happens if you see you have 1 minute extra? Should you use it for Vayivarach David or Az Yashir, or should you use it for other Hallelujahs? Try to get the other Hallelujahs. Says the Mishnah Berurah that when it comes to Pesukei de Zimra, the Hallelujahs are more important than the Vayivarach David and the Az Yashir. So if you have an extra minute or two, try to go ahead and say from Baruch Shamar all the way up until Vayivarach David, and then jump to Yishtabach. Why? Because Vayivarach David and Az Yashir, they're only minhagim. But this Rabotai, the Hallelujahs are really the ones that are more important. So therefore, if a person walks in late to shul, and you have 1 minute more or 2 minutes more, try to focus on trying to finish all the Pesukei de Zimra. You still have a little bit more time, then try to finish even Vayivarach David and then Az Yashir. Okay. Rabotai, today we're going to see in the Sefer NO OLAM HABA, he brings down over here, Keitzad nizharu rabotenu l'shmor al hakidusha. We need to remember, Rabotai, everything begins, our foundation in life is our kidusha, is our holiness. How are you going to build that? Everything is built on top of that. Right? Your business, your marriage, your future, your olam haba, olam hazeh, netzach nitachim, everything is built on the kidusha. So he's going to show us to us a story of what does it mean to guard your kedusha. He says over here, Pam nichnesa yalda letok chedro shel harav hakadosh Rav Moshe Tzvi Zatzal. There was a little girl, one time she entered into the room of the holy Rabbi Rav Moshe Tzvi. Mishevchin ba harav, tekev rak misham bebahala gedola, v'nichnas letoch hacheder acher, v'na'al et hadalat acharav. Rabotai, listen to this. As you guys know, when a rabbi is learning, he doesn't really pay attention what's around him. Right? He doesn't pay attention what's surrounding him. As he was learning, he didn't see that she walked in. That's how you know, Rabotai, if you're really learning or not. Right? When you're learning Torah and somebody texts you or somebody calls you or you hear noise outside, that you're not really learning. If a person is learning, they're learning. We went one time to Eretz Yisrael, went on a trip, like the whole family, so we had the zechut to be able to visit Rav Kook in Eretz Yisrael, also to be able to visit Rav David Yosef Shlita and also Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shlita. Rabotai, when we went to visit them, when they were learning, so you have to imagine to yourself, he has a table over there, he's learning, and everybody, like you have 40, 50 people over here in the corner waiting until he stops learning. Like somebody had to tell him that there are people in the room. I mean, I'm looking at it, I'm like, is that really, really possible that you could have, I mean, you don't see us, it's not like one person walked in and you can't see me. Like we had a lot of people walking, like the whole mishpacha, yeah? So, but that was the thing, we were waiting there a good 5 to 10 minutes, we were waiting until somebody had to tell the rabbi that we're here. Whatever, we came there to speak to him and get brachot. But you see, Rabotai, a person who learns Torah, nothing else faces him. What does he get from anything else? Rabotai, I spoke to a surgeon one time. Unbelievable, Rabotai. Like if you think this cannot be done, I'll tell you this could be done. I spoke to a surgeon one time. Wow, very, very nice. His name was Dr. Velvet. Or Dr. Velvet. Very, very nice doctor. He said, I asked him a question. I said, tell me, what was the longest surgery you ever did? He told me 18 hours straight. What does it mean 18? How do you do 18 hours straight surgery? And on what? He said on a person's spine. He's able to put a person back together. 18, I said, but how do you do it? Like, how do you, he says, we sleep we get enough sleep, and then 18 hours we push. He says, I want to tell you something. There's no food, there's no drink, you can't even go to the bathroom because the guy's line is on the line. You're so focused that nothing else phases you. He says, if you come out of the room for 1 second, when you come back in, you got to become old sterling, which takes more time. So there we said, after they're done, then we're done. Rabotai, why? Because it's important to make sure that the patient survives. If you look at Torah like that Torah is your life, that without it you cannot live, Rabotai, there's nothing more to talk about. Like the Gemara Masechet Avodah Zarah says, Avi, we learned it with you, no? Yes. What does it say? You know, the Gemara Masechet Avodah Zarah says that the Jewish people are compared to fish. Why fish? Because Rabotai, the second you take a fish out of the water, it's going to die. So the Gemara says it's going to die immediately. That's not true. Why? You see this fish that comes out, it dies immediately. How's the Gemara lying? The Gemara is not lying, Emil. You know why? Because even though when you see the fish jumping up and down, those are the moments of death. That's when it's going to, you know, those moments are dying moments. That's it. That's not life. It's the same thing a person that removes himself from Torah, yeah, he might be happy outside, but you know this person is dying. He's a person who's dying. He's really dying inside. You can't disconnect from Torah. That's your life source. When you treat Torah like that, I don't care about the hook. You're not phones away, everything away. You don't know nothing. All you know is Hashem. So, Rabotai, this holy rabbi, Rav Moshe Tzvi, what happened? He didn't realize that this girl walked in. So as he's learning Torah, you know, it caught the side of his eye that she walked in. Rabotai, okay, let's put it like this. What would we do? Okay, how are you? Yeah. Rabotai, immediately he got up with this kind of fear, like trepidation, like something happened. And he entered into another room. Okay, good. So what did you do in the room? He locked the door. Locked the door. For what? Why? He says in parentheses, he was afraid to go ahead and be with another girl alone. Rabotai, he continues and he says, Gam b'chederahu, adan lo nirga. Even in that room, he was not calm, Emil. He was shaking. You see, a person afraid. V'istir et atzmo tachat hamita mirov pachad. Yitzchak John, he hid himself under the bed because he was so scared. Tell me, I have a little girl. What could she really do? Not what she could do, what the Yetzirah could make you do. And this is what we see a lot of people. You know, unfortunately, Rabotai, I get questions, yeah. My husband is abusive. He beats me up. Right, Emil John? Chas v'shalom lo aleinu. Or, I don't want to mention yeshivot, where the Rebbeim are, they sexually harass little children. They touch them in the wrong places. Rabotai, you don't throw these things under the carpet. You get these people to the right authority to teach them that they're not allowed to do. You could damage a person. What are you guys doing? Do you know that when it comes to the children, you have to be able to be very open with them. If anybody, don't make it so obvious, but if anybody touches you in places that they're not supposed to touch you, please come tell Abba and Ima right away. Nothing what to talk about. They have to know, the daughters, the boys. If you feel that somebody's touching you inappropriately, please tell us right away. You don't know what could go on. So Rabotai, he was so scared he went under the bed. Because he was so scared, right? He was rushing and out of fear, he hit his head against something and that blood was gushing out from his head. Now Rabotai, they came to ask him, they asked the rabbi, they said, Kvod Rav, we don't understand. Any other person, you see, they could be with a married woman for all they care. They're not going to even run like you. What's all this, action over here? Rabotai, listen to this. Tell me, you guys think this rabbi what? He's going to sleep with this little girl. Hishiv lahem harav, the rabbi answered them. Ta'aminu li be'emer, he says, trust me. She'ein ani mefached mihirhur klal. I'm not afraid of any bad thoughts. Why? Shehu haya rechok me'od me'inim. He was far away from these things. When you learn Torah, these things don't enter your mind. V'lo hifriya lo klal. It didn't even bother me that she was in the room. I don't care. Like the Gemara Masechet Berachot says, I think it was Rabbi Yochanan Ken, He used to sit by the mikvah for the woman to come out. And they told Rabbi Yochanan, how can you sit by the mikvah? Women come out, aren't you afraid you're going to look at them? He said, no, they're like white geese to me. They're like little chickens running around. What is this? You think I'm going to be moved by them? I know what's emet. So Rabotai, so why did you run to ask him? Rabotai, listen to this. Here we go. רק אני ירא ומפחד מחוכמנו זצ"ל שתקנו איסור ייחוד עם אישה. I was only afraid from our rabbis of blessed memory that they instituted this whole prohibition of being with another woman. I did not want to transgress what the Chachamim had to say. How many of us think like this, Rabotai? Forget about what we think. How many of us are afraid of transgressing on the words of the Chachamim? How much more so on the words of the Torah? Do we have that fear? I don't know, Rabotai. We have to really ask ourselves. When the rabbi says something, correct him, Miljon. For example, give one example. There's a mitzvah that a person has to have kavanah when he's davening Shemona Esrei, right? The Shulchan Aruch brings down. You have to tell me, when you daven Shemona Esrei, and everybody has this problem, yeah, sometimes you can't. You have business, your wife could have said something, your children could have done something. But when you come out of that Shemona Esrei, do you feel bad? Honestly, do you feel bad? Do you say, tomorrow I'm going to become stronger? I'm not telling you you're not going to fall. People are going to make mistakes. We're not angels. But do you do something in order to be able to improve it tomorrow? Or are you bothered by the fact that you're not serving Hashem with everything you have? What's the proof in me that we're not bothered? Because if you get a ticket, all day it's with you in your mind. Wow, why did he stop me? What happened? Oh, I believe. Couldn't I go a different route? All day. Oh, 2 points. So your insurance is going to go up. But when it comes to Hashem's Torah, if we don't learn Torah all day, or if we don't learn Torah in our time that we set aside, doesn't bother us. That's a very big problem about that. That's a humongous problem. We're not afraid what the Chachamim say, because we think we know better. The real problem over here, you should know, even though in today's generation, yes, Rabotai, I understand that today's generations you have, somebody told me, even little children today, how do you say? They're going to become YouTubers. No, I'm saying YouTubers. Huh? Influencer, right? Bloggers. Gehenomers. What do you mean bloggers? Rabotai, I tell you the problem with all these things in Miljon. It's one thing if you want to teach Torah. It's one thing if you have work, I could understand that. But it's another thing to go ahead and bash other people, to speak about other people. Somebody showed me, Rabotai, the other day, actually just last night, somebody showed me a flyer. I guess everybody knows what happened with this whole scam, correct? With the $100 million scam, this Bukharian boy. Yeah, I don't know his name, I don't know the person. But Rabotai, you know what bothered me the most? I'm not saying what he did is right. I'm not getting into the halachic ramifications of this. But Rabotai, you see a Jew, it's done. You see he's finished. Why make him a laughing stock right now? Why make him a laughing stock? You know that they made a whole you saw the Reita? Like as if the next Bernie Madoff. What is this, Rabotai? These people that made it, Rabotai, I promised you they go straight to Gehenom. They have to go out and apologize. I'm not just because he wronged people doesn't mean you have the permission to go ahead and wrong him. What is this? Okay, go speak to him. There's courts for this. Not to embarrass, but this is the problem. These bloggers, these YouTubers, what do? They want to shame people. Everything's about on how to embarrass another person. That's all. If you pay attention, Rabotai, that's all it is. Because you have to make sure to get 1,000,001 views. Rabotai, I promise you, these 1,000,001 views are going to be with you for eternity. If you don't do teshuva, you don't come out, and you don't start making ramifications. I was wrong. This is wrong. I apologize to that person. Rabotai, it's going to be very, very bad. Very, very bad. Anyway, we have to come to this conclusion. We have to know, Rabotai, like Chazal tell us, Matai yagiu ma'aseh le'ma'aseh avotai, Avram, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Rabotai. When are our actions going to be like the actions of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? What did Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov do, Rabotai? Before the Torah was given, they kept the Torah. We have to ask ourselves, are we really keeping the Torah or not, Emil John? Or are we really doing the Torah because it's for our comfort? That, Rabotai, we have to ask, that is the barometer to know where you are holding in Avodat Hashem. ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנן בן עקש אומר, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא להזדכות שלו לפיכך ירבה להם תורה ומצוות שנאמר אדוני חפש למען זה יגדיל תורה וידיר